Hello, welcome to another Dominion 6 Mod Nation Showcase, and today we are going to take a look at MA Deyja, Kingdom of the Necromancers. This nation is based on the Necropolis faction from Heroes of Might and Magic 3. And, well, it's strong, but it's not overpowered, I think. So first up, we have our capital site, the Pit. It produces 4 Death Gems and 1 Earth Gem per turn, and allows us to recruit 2 kinds of troops and 2 kinds of commanders. The units are undead. Obviously. First up we have the skeleton that is cheap, that has no armor, has a sword. This is your chaff. Like all the skeletons, they are poor amphibians. Pierce resistant, cold resistant, poison resistant, undead, inanimate. They do not require any supplies. They are mindless. They have morale 50. They never heal and they have death recruitment 1. This means that after you recruit a skeleton, you get some of your gold back if you have death scales in your province. That's 1 per level of the scale. So if you have death 3 in the province, you pay 6 gold, and on the next turn you get 3 gold back. Skeleton archers, same thing, but they have an iron cap and a short bow. They do require more resources. Skeleton warriors, they have some armor finally, scale mail and shields, but they are more expensive and costly in terms of resources. Walking Dead, they are tanky. They hit harder. Yes, they also hit harder than the skeletons. However, they are very slow and their attack and defense skills are very poor and they have no protection at all. Zombies, they hit even harder because they have two-handed mauls and they have some armor, a scale mail hauberk and half helmet. They still are quite cheap in terms of gold. They have poor stats, but they do cost some resources and they still are mindless. The whites, they have life drain, a single attack. They are not ethereal. They are corporeal beings. They cost quite a lot, 18 gold. They are susceptible to fire and they float. They also have spirit sight and death recruitment 1, like everyone else. Then we have the vampires. Of course, how could we have no vampires? Normal vampires cost 25 gold, which is quite a lot. They have poor armor, but they at least do have something. Life drain and claw. So that's 2 attacks per turn. They also are susceptible to fire. They float, but they cannot pass rivers. And I think they cannot go underwater either. And they are stealthy, very stealthy. These troops are decently good. Then we have the capital only troops. The first one is the Lesser Lich. As you can see, they cost 55 gold each and 45 recruitment points. They have a life drain attack in melee. They also are susceptible to fire and a death cloud, a ranged attack that has area of effect 3, death ripple, that deals 2 points of magic damage, that is armor negating and doesn't affect undead and inanimate beings, but can be negated with magic resistance. And yes, they do use the Heroes of Might and Magic 3 Lich attack sound. The Black Knight has a castigating sword that is a magic sword and deals an additional effect castigation. Additional armor negating damage that only affects gods and sacred units. And they have full plate armor and kite shields. They are very strong, but they are also very expensive both in gold, resources and recruitment points. They also have good stats. Anything else? Yes, they also have Death Power 1. But, well, they are good. Commanders. First up we have our scout, the Poltergeist, who is basically your white, but a scout. The Skeleton Lord, who has some armor and is your basic undead commander, 50 leadership. Vampire Prince. Well, he has a sword instead of a claw, and some armor at least. But he is your slightly better commander. The Death Knight also has death power. It's a sacred commander. Mounted one. Then we have the mages. First up we have the Speaker for the Dead. You remember these women from Might and Magic 7. Scantily clad women. Death 1, Holy 1, and 20% to get another death level. They are sacred and they can summon allies. You can tell them to reanimate one skeleton per turn. Then we have the Necromancer. Death 2, 20% chance to get Earth 1, and they can summon 2 skeletons per turn. Queen of the Dead. Death 2, Holy 2, and a 20% chance to get another level of death magic. And they can summon 3 skeletons per turn. The Lich has a Death Cloud, Magic Staff, Death 2, a guaranteed Fire or Air random, a guaranteed Earth or Death random, and a 20% chance to get a level of Fire, Air or Earth. They are your battle mages. The Vampire Lord. Earth 1, Death 2, a guaranteed Earth or Death level, and a 20% chance of another Earth level. They have regeneration, and they can shape-change into a vampire bat to be able to fly over rivers and mountains and all that stuff. See, they are not flying otherwise, they are still only floating. And they are stealthy mages. That's also good. You may have noticed that the Vampire Lords require 3 recruitment points. Then the Capital Mages. The Dread Knight. Death 1, Holy 1, Fear 5, and everything else is basically the same as the Death Knight. And finally the Power Lich. Basic Death 3, guaranteed Fire, Air, Earth Death, guaranteed Fire, Air, Earth, and 20% of Fire, Air, Earth. They also have a Magic Staff and a Death Cloud with an area of 3. And a Plate Cuirass. They even have some armor. They also are very good mages. Now let's load the showcase version to take a look at the summons and heroes. First, the summons. We have Summon Wraiths. This is an enchantment 5 spell that requires death 3. For 8 gems you get 5 plus Wraiths. These are properly ethereal beings with spirit form and dark power. And also Reanimator. Alright. If I recall things correctly, they raise other as whites. On enchantment 6 we have Raise Bone Dragon. Death 3 for 11 gems, you get 1 Bone Dragon. Who is, well, a dragon, an undead dragon with decent stats, Decaying Bite, Claw, a magic claw, and a tail sweep. On enchantment 8 you can cast Raise Ghost Dragon. This ritual requires Death 4 and 16 gems. So this is basically the same, but ethereal and fear. Wait, does bone... the bone dragon does not have fear, the ghost dragon does have fear. And on enchantment 3 you get Enliven Marble Gargoyles. That's an Earth 1 Death 2 spell. For 10 gems you get 6 plus Marble Gargoyles. They're basically your slightly better than the Bracadan Stone Gargoyles with 2 claw attacks. The heroes. The Lich King, Sandro. Well, he has a retinue of 3d6 skeletons. Usually he is behind 7000 skeletons. He is a Fire 3, Earth 3, Death 5 mage. So he's very, very powerful. And I do not remember who he can summon. That's probably skeletons. And the Elder Vampire has a retinue of 1d6 minion vampires. They are slightly different than normal vampires. I don't remember the exact differences. He is a Earth 3 Death 3 mage with regeneration. He can shape change into a vampiric bat, and he generates 1 death gem per turn. Lichmaster Ethric. Ethric the Mad. You may remember his tomb from Might and Magic 6. He is a Death 4 Blood 3 mage. So you can get some blood access with a hero. And he can lead 380 troops. The Lich King can... Sandro can lead 400 skeletons. Then we have Vidomina, the Necrochemist. She has Fire 3, Water 3 and Death 2. She also produces 1 water gem per turn and 40 gold, and has a rating of 2d6 rotted corpses. They wield their own arms. Greater Lich Moander. He has Air 3, Death 4. That's it, and a retinue of 1d6 lesser liches. And then we have Grandmaster Necromancer Archibald Ironfist, who is a Fire 1, Air 1 and Death 5 mage with Inspirational, and a retinue of 2d6 rotted corpses. He is not undead. He is a living person. Keep that in mind. Then we have Lord Hart, the Traitor Knight, who is a Knight Commander with Death 2 and Holy 3. Your only Holy 3 commander with Fear 5. And that's it. Let's take a look at the Pretenders. The Pretender roster is not very good, but you still have some national stuff. I intentionally left mostly the ones with Death Pass. First up we have the Blood Dragon, who has Life Drain, Death 1, Blood 1, susceptible to fire, and all other dragon stuff. Spectral Dragon, who has a Decaying Bite, Air 1, Death 1. He's fully ethereal, has fear, and spirit form, unfortunately. And Dread Wraith. Death 1, fear, ethereal, and Dominion Monster Summoners, so it can summon whites and has life drain. Archlich. Death 3 and immortal. In 3 months it will come back. Then Dark Knight. He has Fire 1, Death 1, and Fear, and Inspirational, and Death Power. And are we missing anyone? Yes. The Nosferatu has 2d6 minion vampires retinue, life drain, death 2, blood 1, regeneration, and berserker +3. And he can also shape change into a Nosferatu bat. And invulnerable 25. Cool. You should also keep in mind that Deyja spreads death. The minion spreads death. And I think that's it. This nation also saw a lot of play in Dominions 5. It is considered quite strong, but not overpowered. I don't know yet how the meta of Dominions 6 will change, so we'll see how it will perform in this game. Anyway, thank you for watching, I will see you next time.